For you, my love. Gabriel clutches my hands tightly with warm affection. His hands are clammy. He holds his head high, feigning stoicism. I know he's terrified, but I commend him for his efforts. On the other hand, I'm too disheveled to pretend anything. There isn't a part of me that does not tremble. Sound is barely audible outside of my own head. My heart is all that I can hear. The invaders are rounding us up. The king is dead. We are to swear fealty or face expulsion. It could be worse. We could be rightly executed. My papa touches my shoulder. Evangeline, I will speak for us. He reassures me. I know he won't swear fealty. He has shared dozens of stories about their brutish gods and hideous sacrifices. I agree. I don't think I am brave enough to stand up and say so. And Papa knows. I peer over at Mama. She's clutching my sister. I don't believe I've ever seen her so lovely as tonight. She almost resembles a young woman in her elegant green dress. Of course, my wedding gown is already soiled. Gabriel, he sees me in it before we're married. Father, Louis tells me that he will wed us on the ship. Some of our neighbors have already escaped on foot. I wonder if they're the smart ones. Will we be executed? It seems too kind of them to give us a ship. I suspect a trick. I hope I live until I say I do. That will be good enough for me. At least I will die knowing that I was Gabriel's to keep. My eyes turn back to the love of my life. As long as I am with Gabriel, I can accept whatever happens to us. Before us, their leaders can speak. Terrible guttural roars burst forth from the south and west of us. The trees shift and bend in unnatural rhythm. Streaks of orangey fire streaks proceed by strange augmented chanting. Ah! A screech! Clutching Gabriel, our guards turn away from us to tend to the new threat. Papa shouts at us to flee to the boats waiting in the harbor. A few miles away, Gabriel relays the plan to his family a few feet from us. I am filled with consternation in this indiscernible circumstance. Gabriel grabs a discarded pitchfork and gently urges me forward. He tells me that he will keep us safe and I should run to the boats with my papa and mama. I don't want to leave him. Not now. Not ever. He insists with great veneration for my beloved Gabriel. I comply. The violence and the macabre display that spreads out around us is overwhelming. At every noise I stiffen and stumble. My papa drags me along. The air is becoming oppressive with this heat and smoke. It chokes me. My eyes water and sting from whatever that acrid smell is pervading my nostrils. I can no longer see anything beyond my papa's hand held out for me. The woeful moans, the screams are like daggers in my heart. Are these my neighbors and friends? I am helpless to aid them. I am helpless. My only growling animation is the sound of Gabriel's voice that I hear. Trailing behind us with nervous and fearful energy, we shuffle along in a crowd as quickly as a group of blinded people can go. I cannot profess to comprehend what mercy did guide us through. My family and I do indeed emerge from the hysteria to meet the boat promised to us. Not a captain or sailor is aboard, but many of my neighbors know enough to get the ship to disembark from the docks, from our cursed home. The hour is dusk. It is at this moment when I realize that my Gabriel is not aboard. Sure, his parents, young brothers, are all here, but that is not good enough. Where is Gabriel? I fling myself to the edge and call to him in desperation. His voice rings out over the ruckus. He is delayed in a skirmish, which he proves victorious. He reassures me that he will follow on another boat. I struggle to reason off the nervousness that dominates my person. I go to leap, but Mansour Brussel grabs me and holds me fast. I melt and sob upon the deck floor. Doubt spreads like a disease. Too many hours wane away without my love. Hours to days, then weeks, with no sign of his ship or a maddening torment. When we do make it to shore and find a safe refuge, all are happy but me. I cannot find peace without Gabriel. Good fortune is bestowed upon me. Word reaches our settlement that Laplace receives refugees bearing our same story. And some 40 or 50 miles south beyond the Manchac quagmire. I don't tarry, though my family and friends insist that I wait for them to hire me a guide and a guard. I take one of our family's horses, Belle, and I race to this place to find Gabriel and pledge myself to him for all eternity. I know little of how to navigate through these pestilent lands. I don't know how else to explain it other than the Manchac quagmire is alive. From the moment I approach, the very air hangs heavy on my lungs. I wonder, am I breathing vapors instead of air? Then there is the unbearable heat pervading every inch of this miserable place. Every inch is rich with perversity and consumed in dampness, grotty molds, and miasmas. Alien-esque floras are strewn awkwardly. Menacing outlines in the landscape blur and reform. Many loathsome trees are draped in vines and moss that impersonate humans as if to mock me in some mawkish humor. In our rest, the minutes of pause are like facets of menace. In some places, there are remnants of huts or habitation in various degrees of decay, with dubious eyes that watch as we pass. I dare not go near them. Belle and I often stumble, mistaking plant growth stretching over murky water as solid ground. Even the ground is soft in many places, slowing Belle's trot, making her efforts laborious. The wooded area is filled with creeks and sloshes that seem to coincide with the rhythm of our pace. This effect causes me to expect some horror to just lunge out at us at any moment. Many nights I suffer by way of various troublesome bloodsuckers. They are tiny but terrible, surrounding us as a veil. Then the particular gruesome noises surrounding me at random, beckoning further precaution. My ears have not chanced on the like before. I hope to never encounter these beasts that emit these truculent utterances. The venture is even more taxing, given my energies is often spent keeping poor Belle from bolting with fright. With charity and ventilation for these lands and its inhabitants I traverse. It is only the notion of seeing my Gabriel that strengthens my resolve and steadies my nerve. I arrive safely by some stroke of luck or mercy placed upon my soul. It is by no means of any skill I possess. Many people in Laplace are equally amazed or in disbelief of my venture through the Manchac. Still, they do speak of meeting my handsome Gabriel. Lafitte, the blacksmith, says that he was so taken with Gabriel's tales of me that he fashioned him a sword and breastplate to aid him through the treacherous and deadly Manchac quagmire. Unfortunately, Gabriel left 3 nights ago. I can only wonder at how we, within proximity, perhaps hours in the immediate vicinity, and miss each other. I must find him, and when I do, I will never leave his side again. With no rest, only ardor, I am ready to race off again after my true love. My poor Belle, though, is not so eager, and fraught with exhaustion and wear from our trip. I won't be selfish and wrong her. I trade Belle for provisions and secrets from Evangeline, an old woman who lives just outside the trading hub. Evangeline promises to treat Belle kindly. I cannot begin to fathom the strangeness of Evangeline, but I am grateful for her guidance nonetheless. At daybreak, I set out on foot, but better prepared with Kush, a hunting dog, and a handy gear for both survival and hunting. Of course, the very idea of killing something weighs on my soul, but starving on my trek here isn't pleasant either. Emmeline's oils serve me well in keeping those swarms of biters at bay, and Kush isn't the typical dog to bark at every presence her keen nose detects. She does alert me to both dinner and danger, which I have yet to stomach the notion of killing. Traveling on foot is slow and tedious, but my determination to marry my love drags my frail form along. My legs can scarcely yank my boots from the muck each step, and at several stretches, Kush and I are forced to wait out strange lurking cats, shifty snakes, and creepy carrion, and even giant frogs that carry weapons. Each time I ready my recurve, and each time the dull, stretched out minutes of waiting and stillness causes my fingers to go numb. For Gabriel, I am strong. I endure. As both Kush and I see better in the day, we rest at night. It is late this particular twilight as we lay ourselves down. Then Kush begins to growl at something unseen. Before I can retrieve my recurve, it is upon me. Bravely, Kush intervenes just in time. The alligator has a remorse disposition and no mercy towards my faithful Kush. I stab and slice as its thick scales, hearing my companion wail and howl. Angered, the creature turns its menacing to me. I should tremble at the death its sharp teeth represent, but my love is stronger than fear. There is no capitulation, not tonight or ever. I must find Gabriel at all costs. My voice extends to the night. For you, my love! And then I proceed to jab and slice with ferocity I have no idea exists within me. I know not how long my tangent I stab at the long dead thing. It takes some time for me to stagger back, realized what has occurred. What I have achieved this night. The alligator's despondent eyes incite pity. I mourn its life, but I relish my own. We are momentarily safe, and there is food for us. I waste no time in recreating Emmeline's lessons to reunite with Kush. Kush's presence is testament to Emmeline's incantations and my attentiveness to her teachings. I bathe in the swamp waters after, then proceed to my next lesson. I must save the creature's scales and meat as the helpful people of Laplace instructed me. I would never accede to these abominable and odious tasks if it were not for my love and devotion to Gabriel. Kush and I journey on, becoming proficient in the ways of the land and its inhabitants. I fear I must have gotten lost at some point or two, as it takes us nearly a month to return to my family and Gabriel's. They are overjoyed to see me, and I to see them. My joy is soon spoiled when I learn that my Gabriel has yet to arrive. He must be lost in the manchac. My throat tightened as an inordinate pressure clenches down and my heart falters. I fall to my knees in a resolution of despair. My family and his are supportive, and within the day, I come to my senses again. I am renewed with faith that if I can survive, my stronger and braver lover surely can too. Once again, I set out, though my family and friends protest. I know that my love will prevail. My love will conquer all that stands between us. Before I leave, they gift me with gear and foodstuffs. This time, my path is not straight to Laplace, but to sleuth the entire dreaded manchac for my lover. For you, Gabriel, I will conquer all. Kush and I learn a great deal of carnivorous plants and fungus, frogmen, goblins, and even walking skeletons. After months of trudging along, we find a piece of a cracked breastplate. From the scent, Kush is able to track down its owner's last stand. We discover a sword and remnants of clothes and more bits of steel from a breastplate. Could it be my sweet Gabriel? There is a knowing in the back of my cranium, though I don't want it to be so. What manner of a beast could tear through steel? At first my heart is stricken. I freeze in a state of shock for long, unabated moments, until my horror is fully realized. My head spins wild, then I fall in a heap, lamenting loud and long into the heart of Manchac. I go about this display until there is no tears left. A burning hate begins to consume my soul. The terror that waits out here does little to dissuade me. All that matters is marrying Gabriel. Now that right is stolen from me. My Gabriel is lost to me. My future. I am benumbed. I shaped my life around Gabriel, and now he is gone. All that is left is the love I bear for him. I cannot let my love die. I cannot let the monster that did this live. I pledge here and now to hunt it down. If it is with the very last thing that I do, I will follow it to the depths of hell if that's what it takes for you, my love, my Gabriel. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that bit. That's a backstory I wrote for a character I wanted to play in D&D and how she became a monster hunter. Gloomstalker class, much better. So I'm going to do Gloomstalker class. Anyway, and how she summons her faithful companion Kush. Until next time.